You know the feeling instantly. The phone rings. You see your mother's name. After a few minutes of pleasant catch-up, the tone shifts. There's a heavy sigh, a pause that lingers a second too long, and then the phrase that tightens your chest. I guess I'll just figure it out on my own. I don't want to be a burden. In that moment, a simple request transforms into an emotional debt. If this scene makes your stomach clench, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not powerless. Guilt tripping is rarely an explicit demand. Instead, it's a subtle manipulation of your empathy, designed to bypass your logical boundaries and tap directly into your fear of being disappointing. At its core, guilt tripping is a form of emotional leverage used to gain compliance without having to negotiate or respect autonomy. Psychologically, it preys on the human desire for social harmony, the innate fear of being perceived as selfish or ungrateful, your genuine care for the other person. The manipulator often frames themselves as the victim of your independence, forcing you into a defensive position where you feel compelled to fix their emotional state by agreeing to their terms. While saying yes might secure short-term peace, the long-term cost is usually resentment. Over time, this dynamic erodes trust and authenticity, leaves you walking on eggshells, turns love into exhausting obligation, and creates a pattern where you monitor your actions not out of care, but out of fear. Sound familiar? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Guilt tripping only works if you accept it. Guilt is a choice. Yes, you've been conditioned into it throughout your life. Yes, it feels automatic, but it's still a choice, and you can choose differently. The moment you recognize a guilt trip in progress, you have an opportunity to confront the drama dynamic unfolding and stop it in its tracks. Every guilt trip carries two messages: a social level message and a psychological level message. The social level is the actual words spoken, like, "I guess I'll figure it out alone." The psychological level is the unspoken demand, like, "Make me feel better by doing what I want." The psychological message comes through in the tone of voice, the volume and pitch, and the body language. Even on phone calls, people still gesture. Your job? Address the unspoken message directly. When you sense a guilt trip beginning, use this simple phrase. "Sounds like you want me to do something. What is it you want me to do?" This does three things. 1. Brings the hidden demand into the open. 2. Forces the other person to be direct. And 3. Shifts you from defensive to empowered. So, what happens after that? Let's look at two scenarios. Scenario A. They say, "I don't want you to do anything." If they reply with this, you have a golden opportunity to break the dynamic completely. You respond, "Well, if there's something you need or want, tell me, and if I can help, I will. I'll leave it up to you to ask." This response puts the onus on them to ask directly, releases you from guessing games, and lets you put any guilt back in its box. Scenario B. They make an actual request. Now you have a choice. The key here is be honest with yourself. Your options. If you want to help, say this: "Yeah, that's no problem. I can help with that." If you want to help but can't right now, say, "I'd like to help, but I can't at the moment." Add a brief reason if you want, like, "I'm swamped with work right now." If you don't want to help, be honest with yourself and them. Say something like, "That's not something I can help you with right now." You can add, "I might be able to help later. I'll let you know if I can," if appropriate. Only use the add-on if you genuinely might help later. Don't use it as a soft no. Here's what nobody tells you. If you help because of guilt, you'll eventually resent the person you helped, and you won't be able to hide it. That resentment will leak out through your body language, your tone of voice, the energy you bring to the interaction. This isn't healthy for you or for them. It's possible to be genuinely compassionate and empathetic without feeling guilty when we can't help someone. Compassion comes from genuine desire. It strengthens relationships and is sustainable. Guilt-driven help, on the other hand, comes from fear of disappointing, generating feelings of obligation to fix things. It breeds resentment and is exhausting. Compassion is a heartfelt wish for the betterment of another person's situation and well-being. It doesn't require you to fix their problems. Helping others is good, when it comes from the right place. Healthy helping requires 1. A genuine want to help, not obligation. 2. The actual ability to provide help. And 3. Honesty with yourself and the other person. When these align, helping boosts your self-esteem while strengthening the other person, creating a genuine connection. This idea of service to others appears in nearly every wisdom tradition because it works. But service isn't servitude, and love isn't obligation. As a quick reference guide, when you notice a guilt trip developing, say, "Sounds like you want me to do something. What is it?" If they deflect, say, "If you need something, tell me. I'll help if I can." If you want to help, say, "Happy to help with that." If you can't help, say, "I'd like to, but I can't right now." If you don't want to help, be honest with them and yourself. Don't make excuses you'll end up resenting later. Okay, your turn now. Things to practice this week. Think of one person who frequently guilt trips you. What's their typical phrases? What do they really want when they say these things? What will you say next time? Write it down. Practice it out loud. The first time is the hardest. The 10th time feels like freedom. If you want more information and usable scripts like this, the Drama Doctor includes 20+ boundary scripts covering all situations: family gatherings, workplace conflict, friend drama, partner expectations, even your own inner critic, plus an over 100-page guide with real examples, functional printable worksheets, and a heart-mind coherence meditation video and script. You deserve relationships without resentment and peace without guilt. Share this video with someone you think needs it, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.